Hey YouTube, today I will show you how to play PS2's games on your computer. Of course, for this you're going to need a very good computer, so I suggest for your memory RAM, you should have at least 1 gig or more of memory, and hard drive space, considerably good considering the size of the games, are your ISO images, ROMs, and also a good processor. Most likely Intel Core 2 Duo or more would be better. And also a good graphics card. Alright, now we'll show you how to do everything. First of all, you're going to need the emulator, which is PC SX2 9.6, which is the current one for now, as of today. And also you're going to need the BIOS, which I also posted both links in the description. You can get it anytime. Now I'll show you. Once you have those two downloaded, extract the files to your desktop, and then I'll show you right what you have to do. Open up your PSX2, install it, and it'll show up like this. Well, not for you because it shows up for me directly like this because I have everything set. But for you, it should show up something like this. As soon as you come in, you're gonna ask to configure, and you're gonna come to configuration, this should be all set pretty much, except for a few things that I'll show you afterwards. The second thing you have to worry about is setting your BIOS directory. Usually, I would consider you putting making a new folder and then putting the PSX emulator in there and the BIOS in there, but not together, and then find the BIOS from within there, because you have everything organized from there. Now what you have to do is set your BIOS directory, and you're going to locate where your BIOS folder is, and then once you do that, just click OK, and you'll have this set. Once there, you're going to scroll down, you're going to go to USA V 2.0. This one I say because it works well with most games, so you should be set when you play most of the PS2 emulated games. That's good for now. One of the other things that I want to talk to you about, a few things, is considering your graphics controls and your speed hacks. The three main things you should be worried about. The first thing I'll show you about your graphics. Uh, Basically, you can raise your resolution at windowed unless you want it to be set for full screen. But I'd suggest windowed because when you have to type in commands, certain things to fix your games, it's easier to leave it in Windows than to have full screen. Um, so just leave it at that. And for your render or your Direct 3D, depending on your computer or your capability, you can either leave it at Direct 3D 9 hardware or Direct 3D 10 hardware. Uh, I leave it at Direct 3D 10 hardware because my computer is considerably awesome, very powerful computer that I have right now. So for me, I just leave it at maximum for right now. And for all these things, you can leave it just fine. That'll be set. And now, uh, the second thing I want to tell you about is, of course, your controls. One of the most important parts. Um, Before this, you want to leave it your configuration at lily pads, and I'll show you that right now. Your configure. You should leave your first controller. You should leave out lilypad 9.9, and let's say you're configuring your controls from there. Remember, you should leave your keyboard API at raw input, and if you have one of these pads disabled, enable them. Usually you only need one, so enable that if it's not already enabled, and that should be set here. Once you have your pad, you have all the sets for the buttons on your PS2 remote. Of course, you can use a uh, game controller for your PC game controller. But for people that don't have it, you can also use a keyboard, which a lot of people say you can't use it. It's not true. You can, but it's just complicated on the controls. But once you get it, it's pretty fair simple. All you have to do is click on each button and then press the key in which you want that button to be specified. And I already have all mine set, and after you're done with all the buttons settings, you just click apply and then OK, and that should be set for your controls. Then one of the last things you want to worry about, uh, hold on a second here, let me just figure, okay, the last thing you want to worry about, since I already talked about the graphics, controls, and your speed hacks, it's going to be your configure again. One of the things that you want, once you download an ISO, the game that should be an ISO image, or you download it from somewhere, usually, of course, you're going to have to specify on how to play it. If you decide to burn the image into a CD and then be able to play from the CD, you would have to go from gigahertz CD DVD plugin 7.0 in your CD DVD ROM section. Just click on that and then configure. Select your drive, and afterwards that'll be set there. But if you have the ISO image in your desktop, or the ROM on your desktop, or somewhere in the computer that you really need to set up to play, just click on your Linux ISO CDVD 8.0 and then click configure, find where it's placed, and then click OK, and that will be set for you to play that game. In any case, you're pretty much done as of right now with the pre-settings and everything. There's only one more thing I wanted to show you before I'm done here, and that is for the saving options. So right now I'm going to start the game that I have, and I'll show you that right now. It's gonna run. Click run CD DVD, and you're gonna run the game right now. And while you're running this game, see what I told you? You could have maximized the screen, so you actually didn't really need the full screen. So it's pretty good. And this way, the mouse, if you didn't choose the mouse to interfere with the game, it won't. But I suggest you just leave the mouse out of it because you don't really technically need it not to play the games, anyways. And the game should be playing right now. Should be working good. Since I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, this is the game, of course, that's showing up. And the other thing that I also want to show you is the what's it called? The save states, which is save the way you can save your game to play. Basically, let's say I have the game on, like I had a second ago, and I already was playing the game for a while, and I saved at a certain location, and you want to go back to it. Basically, what you do while you play the game that you had before, you save it, which basically you'd press the F1 key to save it, and once you come back, like I said before, to that same spot, you want to press F3 to load that same load state. So basically, it's very simple. When you're playing and you want to save that in that certain section of the game, just press F1 and you're gonna save the state. And then when you come back playing it again, once you activate your emulator to play the game again, press F3 at any point in the game when you start, at any point in the game, and it will load to that section, into that part of the game where you last saved, and you play from there. It's very simple, straightforward. The basic controls that you have to know. Just make sure you memorize your controllers that you set. Remember in the lady pad, and you should be set. And that's it. I hope this was a good tutorial for you guys, and have a fun time playing the game. See you guys.